What's up everyone, welcome back to Switchcraft, and it's a great day to be a gamer. You've no doubt heard about the Octopath Traveler by now, and it's very likely you've played it. I'm about 70 hours in, and I know I've played enough to rank all 8 main characters in order of strength and usefulness in battle. Let's do it. First up, in ranked 8th, we have Primrose. While her backstory is pretty tragic, it's clear she didn't have much time to practice her fighting skills. This olden day lady of the evening doesn't have much going for her now either. Only being able to equip a dagger and having only one type of magic attack in a game where being able to figure out your enemy's weaknesses and exploit them, she's number 8 on my list. While the majority of her magic attacks are less than useless, she does have the ability later on in the game to learn the revive skill, where after being knocked out the first time in battle, she'll revive herself and get restored to about 25% of her total HP. I find myself having this happen way too often, making her a pain in the butt to level up. Right after Primrose, and at number 7 on my list, is the budget apothecary Alphen. Alphen isn't much better than Primrose, but at least he can heal other characters in and out of battle. This can come in pretty clutch if you're in a tight spot and don't want to fast travel back to the nearest town. He is plagued, however, with only having one weapon to wield, and it's the axe. I've found that only a small percentage of enemies you run across are susceptible to this particular weapon, and this ends up making him a liability more often than not. His special abilities should be referred to as just abilities, as they're nothing special, and the ice attack that can inflict damage on a single foe kinda seems out of place. Making our way up the list, we're making progress. Coming in at number 6 is Tressa. Tressa is an interesting character, and while her in-game story is one of the weaker ones, she's the first character on our list who can wield 2 weapons, the bow and the polearm. This automatically puts her ahead of Alphen and Primrose, and while her dual trade winds abilities allow her to either attack one or every foe on the battlefield, she suffers from overall weaker attack stats. This is made up for slightly by learning a skill later in the game, and this basically cuts her magic power usage in half. However, she still falls in the bottom 4. Rounding out the bottom 4, we have Therion. And I had a bit of trouble with the middle of this list. Ultimately though, Therion, while possessing 2 weapons, the sword and the dagger, seriously lacks in his magical abilities, which become pivotal as the game progresses. He, like Alphen before him, have a single fire elemental attack, allowing him to deal fire damage to a single enemy. Why is he so special? It's no doubt because of his steal ability. Walk up to almost any character in the game and you have a chance to steal any valuable items they're holding. This is so clutch, as I found so many cool weapons and items that I can either equip for a stat boost or can sell when money is in short supply. Okay, for the top half, and in at number 4 we have Ophelia. Ophelia is very much like Alphen in that she only has one physical attacking weapon. And like all characters mentioned before her, in that she can only deal one type of elemental damage, light. Why she ranks so high up on this list though, is because of her other special abilities. Her heal ability, unlike Alphen, simultaneously heals all party members. This is extremely useful when in a tough battle. She's someone who will save you a lot of time while grinding or exploring, as your characters will always have their health topped up. At number 3, and we're really starting to get to the powerhouses, is Cyrus. Cyrus was one of the last of the 8 I picked up, and he was a little bit underpowered relative to the rest of the cast. He quickly made up for this. Whatever he lacked in physical strength, he more than made up for with crazy magical abilities. He can deal out ice, thunder, and fire damage, and you have the option of a concentrated blast or 2 smaller blasts attacking every enemy on the battlefield. When trying to break an enemy to gain the upper hand in battle, Cyrus is indispensable. If that weren't enough, he also has this analyze ability where you can have revealed the specific weaknesses of any enemy you're up against, and I would not recommend going into a boss battle without him. Okay, we're coming up to the end, and our runner-up is Hanit. Hanit is perhaps the ultimate character for physical attacks, and the sheer number of them. She uses a bow and an axe to score multiple hits on anyone you're up against, and they keep coming. What sets her apart are her second serving and patience skills. Second serving acts as an additional boost point for another wallop at the end of her turn. And patience allows her to take another turn when all of your party members have already gone. These are stackable, by the way, and occasionally even her patience attack can be followed up immediately with a second serving. You could theoretically strike an enemy 6 or 7 times before taking a rest. These last second turns are also clutch when you need to administer a bunch of potions or revives to yourself or other teammates. Okay, number 1. Now I'm a little biased here because he's who I chose for the demo, and he was my first character when beginning this game for real. It's Olberic. Olberic deals out massive physical damage with either his sword or polearm, and his special attacks Level Slash and Cross Strike deal some of the most damage I've seen in game. The fact that it's one of those backbreakers that I use to finish most enemies off wouldn't alone be enough to vault him to the number 1 spot. Instead, it was about 20 hours into the game when I assigned him his second job of Scholar. This was a game changer, literally. Now, on top of being one of the physically strongest in the party, Olberic also assumed all of the benefits of my other scholar, Cyrus. He can deal a crazy amount and wide variety of elemental damage, assist in pinpointing weaknesses with his Analyze ability, and go through with what I think is the coolest backstory. It's no wonder he tops my list. Well, there you have it. All 8 Octopath Traveler characters ranked. Let me know what your list is, as the order in which you pick them up can easily affect your view of them. And if you like this video, consider subscribing or sharing it with a friend. It's a great day to be a gamer. Switchcraft out.